Chris Clary reporting in the New York Times that the USTA is considering moving Cincinnati, not the whole city, just the tournament, to New York this year to make a doubleheader with the U.S. Open so the players don't have to move. What do you think about that proposal?
You know, I mean, let's take a step back. We love that the U.S. Open is still on the board, provided the conditions are healthy. I think it makes sense to have what's the equivalent of a warm-up tournament before everybody comes back after a layoff and the men start playing best of five. Remember, the USTA has a stake in this event. The date would stay the same. And remember, there's no quarantine rule for overseas athletes. So essentially, players would come to New York, play what, you know, this is a big tournament in normal times, but that's not where we reside right now. This would be the equivalent of a tune-up. They would have a week, and then we would start the U.S. Open. So it gets us 2 tennis events. It gets us a warm-up before everybody plays a major. The USTA now gets 2 events on the board. Again, having been to Manhattan 2 days ago, I still think it might be a little premature to start talking tennis by the end of the summer. But, you know, if this gets the green light from local and state government, I'm all for it. And this is an inspired idea. Best of 3 tennis, a week off, and then best of 5 tennis. And maybe we'll salvage some of this summer after all, guys.
Yeah, I just think the biggest thing that we have to look past, obviously the first and foremost and most important thing is the health and well-being, right? Does it work? But one of our biggest challenges is to not compare what is to what was. We have to be incredibly creative now. We have to think outside the box and try to find new ways so that we can at least get something going. I love the idea that we're trying something new. I think, as John said, there's still a lot of unanswered questions. It is early days in New York. John, you're there. I'm not. 2 of my kids are, so I know what's going on there. It's a long time coming, I think, still to think about sports right now. But I like the idea we're trying to figure something out.
Now, we expect to get a concrete answer from the USTA in the next 2 weeks about what they plan to do with the U.S. Open, and that would obviously include Cincinnati, since Cincinnati comes first.